What? I wonder what's happening. Why is it starting like this? You are in the cockpit with Seraphine when you hear it. It sounds like a muffled crash, an impact reverberating from the back of the ship. But there is a wetness to it, a spattering cascade that sounds like nothing else you have heard. The sound makes you rush to the corridor, and that's where you see it. A cloud of food, packets, and pieces spilling out into the corridor, looped around by the expanding stringy shapes of liquid rations leaking from their pouches. What the? Seraphine is at your shoulder. The supply store. He pushes past and rushes through the corridor, batting away debris as he does. You follow behind, ducking under twisting arms of amber liquid on their way to spatter lazily on the interior walls of the passage. You find Seraphine in the doorway to the supply store, surveying the chaos. The crates have been smashed into each other with serious force, and are spilling into the air where the food whirls in some unseen current. How could the creature have done this? Look! Seraphine nods at a bent back vent panel. Seraphine nods at a bent back vent panel under one of the crates, which is pumping out air with incredible force. It's the main life support feed from the air recycler. He goes over to it and inspects the panel. It's been clawed open. He points to the evenly spaced marks on the outside. There were some screws missing. He taps the empty holes. Can't have taken much to lever it open. Then you hear it, a shrill mew from behind you in the corridor. Framed by the doorway, a cat drifts through the air, batting at a food pouch. The stray barely acknowledges you as it moves past, angling its body to catch the droplets of liquid that are released from the packet. What the hell is that? Seraphine hissed questions comes from behind you. It's a cat! What's a cat? Seraphine says the word strangely. You both lean out of the doorway to see where the stray went. Hey there, girl. Bliss floats in the corridor, beckoning. They hold up their hands so the cat can see them. Not here to take those rations away, alright? You both watch as the stray twists balletically through the air, flexing as it floats and using its claws to catch one of the corridor's reinforcing ribs. Then it swings itself to the wall where it perches and watches Bliss with big eyes. The comfort of its movement in 0G is striking, and you realize you have never seen an animal navigate in microgravity before. That's a cat? Seraphine is watching quietly now, too fascinated by the creature. I thought they would be bigger. That is a fairly small one. How big do they grow? Seraphine turns to you, and a look of confusion flashes across his face. Wait, where have you seen a cat? The question makes you pause. Where have you seen a cat? Not in the belt, not in 0G. You close your eyes and bring to mind the faint image of a cat stretching in the sun, somewhere warm, somewhere with weight, with gravity. You touch the fur of its back and it reacts, sliding against your hand. Careful! Seraphine's hissed warnings brings you back. Bliss is reaching out to the stray. Shh, you'll scare her. Bliss makes a thudding sound. We had cats back on the eye, but they were in spin gravity there. The stray's big eyes watch Bliss's hand as it approaches. When they touch the top of her head, the stray does not move, does not react. Look at her leg. Bliss nods to the sleeve on the cat. She's been hurt before and taken care of. She's really scared. You see the cat is gently trembling with Bliss's touch, but slowly she settles and angles her head for Bliss to scratch her ear. The movement brings back the mysterious memory. What is its origin? Focusing on it makes your skin tremble, a shiver running up your arms. It's ruined all our supplies. Seraphine is looking back into the supply store now. None of this is usable. Oh, 5 out of 5. She tore open the vent and ruined it all. Yo. Can't blame her for that. Bliss is floating beside the stray now, gently petting her. We let her get desperate, and she couldn't have known the vent would do that. That may be true, but we can't risk it happening again. What if we'd been on a contract? Seraphine gives Bliss a reproachful look. We can't keep it. Bliss shakes their head. She's a stray. She needs a home, right, sleeper? Bliss looks at you. We're keeping her. Bliss smiles widely, unable to contain their excitement. You won't regret it. They look at Seraphine. Plus, the rig is already full of strays as it is. I guess it is, Seraphine concedes. You have to feed her though, sleeper. She's your responsibility. He eyes the stray. I never thought a cat could eat so much. Seraphine's right. Looks like you'll need to keep feeding the stray every few cycles if you want her to stick around. This is going to be expensive. You'll get used to her. Seraphine reaches out sheepishly towards the stray. As he does, the cat bats playfully at his hand, and he pulls it away. If you say so, he sighs. I'm not really used to animals. You watch as Bliss tries to get Seraphine to pet the stray properly, guiding his hand to its ears for a scratch and explaining how to approach her. As you do, the memory of that other cat runs through your mind. It feels like a raw wound, one that, if you touch it, will only bring pain. But you can't help but pick at it, knowing that it might contain some distant part of you. Now, make home for a store. Oh yeah, I turned on my overlay. So big decisions to make here. Now I feel like I should get all these, because when I'm doing the like interaction ones and I can kind of stuck, I need a little edge. So we'll do interface, do engage next. Starting to feel good though. Right, what's meet cadet in the scatter yards, and I need to leave here as well, so let's do that. This place was good. Did I write down what I liked about this place? Forgot what it's called. It's like the Flotsam? Oh, Takahei. No. I think I got scrap. Yeah, I did write it down. It's the integrator offices. Okay. Now we leave. Oops. Forgot the buttons. Alright, to new territory. Scatter yards, clustered shipyards. Good day, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. There we are. The rig. The winking sigils of the yards flash across the dark starscape of the belt, each one a siren light for crews in need of repairs or eager for improvements. The Scudayards live up to their reputation. But Seraphin will not be drawn by the lights. He guides the ship into an empty, ragged-looking yard, darker and more frame than plate, I see. It looks rougher than any of the others. Seraphin? Maybe we want to duck somewhere a little more welcoming. We aren't that hard up. Bliss turns to you. Or are we worse off than I thought, Sleeper? Best shipwrights rarely have the brightest signs. Thought you knew that, Bliss. Seraphin reaches up and flicks a set of switches above his head. Marco's the best in the Scudayards. The best? Or just the best you know? Bliss gives him a skeptical look. You'll see. Seraphin smiles widely, shutting off the main console and unclipping from the pilot's seat. We're safe here. Seraphin turns to you. No need to run from Lane for a while. He'll never find us in Marco's yard. It will be nice to have a break from running. Junie floats at the back of the cockpit. I hear the Scudayards have some good data analysis terminals on the hub. Junie glances at you. If you can spare me. Nia glides into the cockpit. We here? Femi loves this place. She glances at you with a smile. All these grumpy spacers waiting on repairs. I think it fits his temperament. You follow Seraphin as he glides eagerly to the airlock. You and Bliss exchange glances. Both of you are used to Seraphin's headstrong moments, yet you still can't help but feel that now familiar. Yet you still can't help but feel that now familiar pull of someone else's problems. I thought I read it wrong. Marco. Seraphin opens his arms to a figure coming through the cycling airlock. Hey, cool dude. Street smart ship fitter Seraphin's friend, Marco. Then, Marco floats through the doorway, a crooked smile across his pale face, his sharp eyes glinting in the rig's bright work lights. The two embrace in more of a chest bump than a hug, Seraphin spinning with the momentum of the impact to end with his arm across Marco's shoulder, the two side by side, grinning. You notice Marco's eyes quickly falling on you, a slight narrowing suggesting he has immediate thoughts about your presence. So, this is who you're flying with now, Finn? Marco shoots you a wink, his expression shifting to conceal his previous curiosity or concern. Bliss. They introduced themselves curtly. You two used to be on a crew together, I assume. Me and Finn? No. We're just drinking buddies. Marco's response provokes a laugh from Seraphin, some kind of joke you can't quite catch the tone of. Marco turns his attention to you. And a sleeper, he smiles. My condolences. It's a damn crime what those corporations do to you. But at least you're out, huh? Hasn't got much easier. Marco shrugs. The belt can be unforgiving. I know that myself. Marco turns back to Seraphin. It's been too long, Finn. Not flying with old Betty anymore? Betty? You immediately see the reaction in Seraphin, his entire being tightening without anything more than a shudder to signify it. No, that's long done. Marco shrugs. That's the way of the belt. He shakes Seraphin by the shoulder. Come on then, enough floating around in this drafty old thing. Let's get a drink. Marco turns his attention to you. Feel free to make yourself at home in the yard. Hell, take a little fuel. I've got loads of the stuff, and it's been quiet for more than a few cycles. Have you to spare some for a friend? He stares, Seraphim down the docking tunnel, waving a hand to you and calling back. I'll have him home in a cycle or two. His laughter echoes down the tunnel as they leave. Bliss turns to you. I'm going to go dig around the other yards for some components the rig could do with. They smile. You got things to do? You think of Cadet and wonder if she found her way here to the scatter yards to extract the data on the Hexport drive. The only way to know would be to find her. I love this song. Seraphim's words echo in your mind. His insistence that the only way to escape Lane is to beat him on his own turf. With Darkseid just sunward of the scatter yards, this might be the perfect platform from which to attempt such a wild and dangerous plan. Sleeper? Bliss brings you out of your thoughts. I hate it when you do that. Just take care out there, okay? They drift off down the docking tunnel, leaving you in airlock. It seems the next step is up to you. Surya's Yard. Infamous ship fitter yard? Shipper fitter. Ship fitter's mate. New workers at Surya's Yard are given the toughest job. As a mate, you are expected to keep the fitter supplied with confidence and speed. Junior ship fitter. As a low-level ship fitter, you are expected to do the hardest and most tedious welds to show your worth to Surya. Sounds like a gal, right? Surya's eye. Surya watches his... Oh, it's a dude. Surya watches his yard carefully, keeping an eye on all the work that goes on there. He's not easily impressed. Song doesn't last long enough for me. Transit Hub, Scatteryard Central Terminal. Oh, into it. Follow the markers. On every wall of the hub there are scrawled alphanumeric markers that act as signs for the ship fitters, if you can understand them, and I cannot. Shop talk. There's no faster way to get to know ship fitters than to chat about their complex work. It does require a certain knowledge base though. Among the yards, a scattered mess of independent shipyards around a central transit hub. The yard are a particularly difficult place for outsiders. Marco's yard. Drinking buddies, 2 cycles. Seraphim and Marco are off in some scatter yards dive, catching up. You hope Marco returns your pilot in working order. This feels like such a scary place to like reside. Like things could just start drifting off without each other. I don't like it. I like a bigger structure out here. So this is gonna open up a bunch of places for us. So we have to do this first for sure. And did I see a shop? Sorry. Not yet. So we'll do this. I'll use these 2. Most I'll lose is energy. You lose a bet on which of 2 different drive mounts offer the most resistance. From the laughter you suspect it was rigged. Yo. You both listen and talk, and soon you are embroiled in a debate around the finer points of hull plating. Embroiled. Embroiled. Embroil. Let's see.
Embroil.
To cause someone to become involved in an argument or a difficult situation. You see? Soon you are embroiled in a debate. They got me shouting, slapping the table and stuff. There's no faster way to get to know. Yep. You managed to stir up a lively conversation on the qualities of the old Solheim bricks. Some of the fitters seem impressed with your knowledge. Show me some respect. You've earned respect in the hub and gained a sense of how things run in the scatteryards. Scatteryards, cluster shipyards. Hey, you hear the voice echoing through the public passage. Wait up. Cadet? I'm glad to see you. Cadet sweeps her hair out of her eyes and then glances up and down the corridor. This is not my kind of station. Cadet rolls straight into her complaints. All the yards have their own water facilities, meaning the hub here is not fit for general use. There's a couple of guest houses, but you would not believe the state of them. With all the spaces that stop here or shore leave. She shudders. You don't want to know. Sorry I couldn't come sooner. On the run, I get it. She shrugs. You and me both. So get this. Cadet locks her fingers together and stretches her arms. That girl of mine, I said, could crack anything. She's gone. Didn't even leave a note. Ran to Dockside maybe? Not that I blame her given the state of this place. She looks sideways at the grubby walls. She left her workshop empty though, so I slipped in. That's where I've been napping. I've been doing my best all these cycles to crack that drive, but she sighs. I'm a spindlejack, not a data scrapper. Which is why I'm happy to see you. She takes a breath. Telling you, I have not spoken to anyone in a long time. Telling you, I have not spoken to anyone in a long time. She runs her hand through her hair. So we've got nothing. How about that alert they put on? Doesn't seem to stretch too far out of the spindle, but I've been careful. She glances around. Hence, the not talking to anyone in ages bit. Look, I'm in over my head here. Cadet looks away, annoyed at herself. How about you come down to the workshop? We put our heads together, see what we can pull out. I just know there's some nasty shit on that drive. Stuff worth getting out into the light. Cadet sets her jaw. Yo, we've got, what's her name? Junie, she loves this kind of stuff. Nasty enough for them to ruin my life over. I'll be there. Cadet smiles for a moment, then it is gone. Alright then. The workshop is in the tech cluster. You'll see it. She sighs. Now I've got to go find something to eat that isn't dried. She turns and disappears back down the passageway. I feel like we get Junie involved on this, man. She loves all that digging dirt. The spent drive. What did I just do? It must have disappeared. No, I didn't come here yet. I was over... I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. So this is gonna take some time, and I'll chill on that. And the overall is dark data. The drive is encrypted, but with the tools in Cadet's friend's workshop, you have a chance of cracking it. Fabricator Bay, component construction tools, a place to eat, nice. Pay bay usage fee. The engine component fabricators in the hub offer ship fitters only, so they ask for a one-time fee to dissuade casual use. One-time fee? I got money. Ooh, build engine component. Nice. The more errors a component has in its construction, the less valuable it will be. Enough errors and it's worthless. Ooh. Okay, even with a specialized fabricator, component construction is a delicate act. Only the most skilled can produce a rare error-free component. Here, 100% component craft. It takes time and skill to build engine components. Any errors will impact the outcome. You look at your work, almost perfect. Keep it up and the component will be error-free. Yeah, we're gonna test that stuff quite a bit. Resupply, yard supply, scatter yards, distribution. Good old fashioned. The spent drive, ship bit of food and drink. Don't need to buy a meal yet. What else we got? Nothing over here. What's the work? I feel like I build we build one of those components, see how it turns out. Maybe even purposely build a broken one as well. See what happens. Where's that goddamn cat? It's fuel. Rig supply store. What's this again? Feed the stray. Now that you are familiar with the stray, you can feed her directly. She is still a little nervous around you and the crew. Why not? You put the supplies into the special feeder Bliss set up. The stray waits until you are outside the room to come eat. Doesn't like me, huh? Doesn't like me. But wow, good day. Very good day. It's kind of expensive. I think we'll feed the stray every other cycle until I am earning good cash money. Okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and do this one. So what did I get? Engine component. You look at your work, almost perfect. Keep it up and the component will be error-free. So this is how I get engine components for free-ish for dice. Cadet's workshop. Data scraping unit. I think we wait on that. Right, so junior ship fitter. Oh, I got cash money for that. You managed to meet the pace of the team, completing your welds just in time for them to be checked. Show me some respect. You get in the flow and find yourself working at the high level serious sets for his crews. Nice work. Show me some respect. Come on. Danger. One of the ship fitters lets you know. Sir is impressed. You've made the cut to work in the top fitter team. That's some quality work you've been doing. The voice boomed through the locker room after your ship fitter shift. But why are you doing grunt work, sleeper? Hey, Surya, big dog. Ooh. You turn to see a large man with a metal arm and bright patterned clothes. You spent enough time here to immediately know this is Surya, owner of the yard and well-known ship fitter. Well, Surya wipes his one metallic hand on the cloth, polishing its painted face. What do you have to say for yourself? I needed the chits. Is that so? Surya nods slowly. I know a lot of what happens in the scatter yards, sleeper. And what I don't know, people tell me. He smiles proudly. And I know you have a ship. Someone who has a ship, especially a ship like yours, should not be lugging around my workers' tools. Surya flexes his artificial arm. Oh, say what? I didn't notice that. Inspecting it. That, to a person like me, is a waste. I do what I need to. I respect that. He smiles. You impressed me. I went to take a look at your ship, sleeper. Surya goes back to working on the hand. Call it professional curiosity. It's a bit drab. Surya looks up and meets your eye. An old Solheim rig, still in corporate colors. He shakes his head. No. I feel like that's your problem. People want a crew that looks the part. An outfit with an outfit. He grins. Look at my yard. I grew it from a chunk of scrap by showing people I was professional. I have standards. I made Surya's yard recognizable. Your problem is you are working as a shipfitter's mate when you should be imagining much more for yourself and your crew. Surya smiles. And so, that got me thinking. I want to help you. To clean up that old rig, paint it up, give it some color. He tucks the cloth away in his tool belt. How does that sound? I love that. Perfect, Surya booms. The thing is, you don't just slap some paint on an old rig like that. And for this to work, we need its look to reflect your crew, your style. So while I'm happy to do the painting with my team, I'll need you to go find some inspiration. Surya looks away towards the locker room's lone window. Luckily, the belt is full of it, full of pattern and texture and style. There's nothing uniform about this place, and it's the better part for it. Surya looks back at you. You need to go out there, find some views, some sights, and make your own designs. Here, he proudly pulls a small slate from his tool bag. It has a 64 color screen. I fixed it up myself. You take and inspect the slate, made from mismatched pieces, but elegantly so. See what you find to inspire you. He smiles. Then come see me again. Thank you. I can see what you're thinking. You're thinking, what's in it for me financially? Surya eyes you carefully. How does this make you any chits? That's the other part of the proposal. While you take this voyage around the belt, you can do something for me and get paid for it. Free of charge, I will paint your rig with the look and name of my yard here. Surya's yard? Wait. Free of charge, I will paint your rig with the look and name of my yard here. Surya's yard. It commands respect. He nods sagely. You take that name to the rest of the belt, represent it, and on your travels, spread it to other crews. For this, I will pay you 300 cryocha bangs. It's mutually beneficial. You will earn better doing this than any yard work, and I get increased custom. What's not to like? Surya awaits your response calmly, but you feel his expectant eyes on you. It's a do. Wonderful. Show your beams. I will send my team over immediately. By the time you return to your rig, they should be done. He reaches into his work pouch. Here, 150 cryon now. He takes out a handful of high-value chits, another 150 when you return with those designs. This isn't what we agreed. I'm sure you understand. He hands you the chits. I need to be positive you don't repaint the ship before your pilgrimage is done. I need to be positive you don't repaint the ship before your pilgrimage. Okay. It's only fair. Keep the slate. He waves an arm at you to put it away. Go find inspiration. Bring me those designs. I don't want to see you back in the shipyard. I don't want to see you back in the shipyard. You need to be out there. Suya smiles. It was a pleasure. And before you can say anything else, he is gone. Time to find out what his crew have done to your rig. Snap! Ooh, I can repaint here? The painters can return your rig to its old paint, but you'll have to pay them extra to convince them. Suya won't be happy. No, it's cool. Jeez! I like it though, I like it. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. Can I, hold on. The other side is kind of plain. Yo, you can't fool me, Suya. Tell them to get back to work. I guess we just sleep and then we try to do cadets workshop. Make sketches across the belt. So I guess we gotta go everywhere at least once. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. We'll do this next. Cool. I think that was a pretty good run for now.